Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and a sincere shalom out there to the elect teaching this truth in all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Okay? I'm Brother Yasharon. This is a video on these upstarts, man. Okay? Now, the latest upstart in Johnny Come Lately is was it WFI? Okay, Watchman for Israel. Well, I'm going to tell you this. Okay, you're not being proper watchman. Okay, because a watchman is a position that requires discipline, man, and you guys have no discipline and no honor. Okay, and one thing that I've noticed from working in, certain fields and that, and knowing people who work in certain fields is, and you don't even need to work in these fields. You could look at it in the entertainment or the sports world, okay? It's a new thing right now where you have a lot of Johnny-come-latelys that have no honor or appreciation for those that paved the way for them, man. Okay, they have no honor. They're hotshot rookies, or even if they're not rookies, but they're hotshot rookies who think that they're better than the vets, man. And I know that's always been around, that spirit, but it's really getting out of hand now. Okay, I mean, in any field you see now, you got these YouTube kids who learn shit on YouTube, and then they'll go into a trade and act like they know more than somebody who's been doing it 20, 25, 30 years. Okay? They don't need any advice. But when you look at in the world of sports, all right, who are the ones that excel above all the other ones? The ones that have honor and learn from those who paved the way before them, who are getting mentored in the right way. Okay? It's no different in this truth, man. Okay? It's no different in this truth, man. Apostle Tahar has mentioned a few times that he ran into High Priest Ariyah. Okay? And even though our Ariyah's not in his right mind right now, he still treated him with respect. Okay? And the scriptures say that what? Menstruous women shall beget monsters, man. And those monsters are starting to show up in the truth. Okay? Guys that are little boys in grown men's body, man. You get checked on something, and it's even within the camps, that spirit, okay? You get checked on something, and you got to have a fucking temper tantrum about shit and act like a little boy, okay? This truth, hey, man, the scriptures say in Isaiah 46:8, Isaiah 46:8, remember this, and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors, okay? A lot of the reasons for our transgressions these days is because men carry a more effeminate spirit than they used to, okay? We're not used to being in a society or a kingdom where men are men, okay? And you guys have failed to go back into that ancient men, man. Into that ancient mindset. Okay? You guys literally act like a bunch of emotional boys in the truth, man. Okay? No honor, no respect. Okay? And let me tell you this, WFI, you hypocrites. Before you were called WFI, what was the channel? It was called Adam Abbott, right? Adam Abbott. And when this guy first came on the scene, I used to watch his channel. I used to subscribe to his channel, and he had thousands of followers. And you know what he was doing the first couple years in his truth? He wasn't doing any teaching. You know what he was doing? He had nothing but Great Millstone videos on his page. So you learn from these men who you're coming against now, whether you fucking like to cover it up or not, man. That's another thing you got to worry about, guys that cover shit up, man. all right, to save face instead of just humbly admitting shit, man. You know? The scriptures talk about what? When you become a man, you got to put away childish things. It's childish behavior. Okay? And the scriptures also say that there's not going to be anything that's going to be hid, that's not going to be revealed, man. Okay? Whether you want to admit it or not, whether brothers can dig up the screenshots or not. Okay? Because I know how your guys' attitude are. Oh, you prove it. Oh, we can't prove it because it was 10 years ago, man. Screenshotting wasn't really popular with phones back then, man. Okay? Maybe some brother has it. But we know. Okay? Brothers in this camp know because we used to share videos with each other. Okay? If we didn't go to a channel individually, we knew that you guys were one of them that would upload the videos, man. So you were a GMS fan your first few years in the truth. You came up under us. Just like Sakari, okay, you're a novice lifted up with pride. Okay? And then they'll say, oh, well, we came against Great Millstone a couple years ago. Well, you were not more of a novice then than you are now. Okay, you didn't come up the right way. You know? This is 1 Timothy 3 and 6. I'm not going to make this too long. Not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. And we could see you start to, like the saying goes, don't let him see you sweat. And you guys are sweating on the camera, man. Okay? When somebody starts getting all angry on the camera and having a fucking temper tantrum, that's when you know that they're defeated, man. Alright, so all we got to do, brothers, is just keep picking at these guys, man. Let that demon come out. Okay, because we're doing our job, man. You know, how could you disagree with what the MOTB is? They're coming out, there's new information every fucking day coming out about moving away from this financial system to a digital cage, man. It was just announced today that the Bank of England had announced a partnership with Ripple, who is one of the owners of one of the largest cryptocurrencies, XRP. Okay? Which the Asians already chose that one, which is currently in a lawsuit with the SEC. Okay? And when the SEC gives clarity, which is due to be done any day now, it can happen any day. Okay? They already delayed the case by 6 months. They said that they're not delaying the case anymore. You know? But when this case is over, they won't have to go to legislation because Congress is too slow. Okay, and they're not going to put in what they want. The SEC is going to declare the rules and regulations right there on the spot when this case is closed. And shortly after that, the FedNow 24/7 instant payments is due to launch. Okay? Crypto dollar, man. So what do you guys got to say now? There's over 100 countries working on these CBDCs, all in coordination with each other, all being coded on the same standard. But I guess we're all fucking conspiracy theorists, huh? I guess we're all conspiracy theorists and we're all crazy, man. You know what that's going to lead to? That's going to lead to civil unrest and martial law. Something else that you guys ain't giving warning about, man. Because you guys are them soft, emotional Israelites, man. Okay? And it's clouded your judgment. 1 Timothy 3 and 6, not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. Okay? And getting exposed as doing the works of the devil, man. The scriptures talk about in John the 10th chapter, man, that you can't come up any other way into this truth, man. You got to come up the right way. You can't just learn the basics from Great Millstone for 4 or 5 years and then go start your own shit. Okay? And there have been plenty of guys that have done that. Plenty of guys that have fallen into that trap or that snare. All right? And they're getting exposed in these last days, man. Because you know what? One thing that you can say about Great Millstone is that we've been consistent. We've been consistent with pushing the truth, and we've been consistent with our message, man. Okay? I have videos on an old hard drive from way back in the day. Okay? Where our apostles, back then we called them elders, Apostle Elder Gabar and Apostle Elder Aramab used to do GMS walk and talks on the weekend. And one of my favorite ones that they've ever done, the two favorite ones, was Our Darkest Hour and the Guillotine, man. Okay? And that really prepared my mind when I came in about what this truth is all about and how serious it is. Why aren't you warning your guys about the guillotine, man? They could have to go through it. You don't know. Okay? You could have 50 men in your camp, and 20 of them got to go with the guillotine. 10 of them might have to go with the guillotine. Even just one. Even if it's just one, you're supposed to give them the warning of it, man. Alright? Moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without, lest he fall into reproach and the snare of the devil. Okay? Likewise must the deacons be grave, not double-tongued, and that's being double-tongued, man. And you guys have been in a while, okay? And you pretty much, I mean, you're not an honorable deacon, but you should be on the level of some kind of deacon, man. Okay? And this CHIP, this MOTB is super important, man. Because if you get it wrong, it's kind of like when you're in high level math with college, man. They'll put fucking 15 questions on the test, and the last two are worth like 40% of the damn grade, man. So if you just miss those two questions, it don't matter how good you do on the other ones, man. That's pretty much that's pretty much what the MOTB is, man. It doesn't matter what you do in this truth up till that point. If you receive it, it was all in vain. It was all for naught. Okay? You're marked for death, man. That's why this is so important, because this is the one thing that if you get wrong, you will be put to death. Okay? You will be put to death, and you will receive that second death, man. That nuclear fire. That's why it's so important, man. It's blood on your hands. Okay? Blood on your hands, man. You want to argue about what it is. It's more apparent than ever about what it is. Likewise, must the deacons be grave, not double-tongued, not given to much. Well, hey, that's double-tongued, man. Okay, because you guys are trying to play that political correctness where you're buddy with everybody. Notice how all these guys come at us, but they don't ever get on ISUPK for telling people to take the syrup, man. You know? They don't get on these guys about anything. But when Great Millstone says it, it's a problem. Okay? Not given to much wine, not greedy of filthy lucre, holding the mystery of the faith in a pure conscience. Okay? You're teaching that the MOTB is something different, then it's not a pure conscience, man. Because let's get this one scripture. Because it says it all. It explains it all. It says Revelation 14:1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount of Zion, and with him 144,000. Now we could all agree that this is the prophets and the elect of the nation of Israel, right? 144,000. 12,000 from every tribe. Having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne, and before the beasts and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. Okay? These are they which are not defiled with women, for they are virgins. Okay? We know that doesn't mean actual physical virgins. That just means that you have purity when it comes to this truth, man. Okay, you're not defiled with all these other philosophies and mixing it in, which is a problem with a lot of these guys, man. They're worldly. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were we doing from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb. Okay? So those are the first fruits. Are they going to take the sea hit? And in their mouth was found no guile. And there's guile found in your guys' mouth, man. That's something that you got to get right. And if you don't teach it right, you're not a real prophet, man. You're a false prophet. Okay? And in there, hey, let me say this. There's nothing wrong with repenting. That's the thing, man. Nobody wants to get on camera and admit that they're wrong. If they did do it, they would try and do it some other way, man. You know they would. They try and sneak in that the MOTB is the C-hip, and they won't give the apostles any credit for checking them on it. We know how these guys operate, man. You know? Go watch a documentary on snakes and serpents, man. That's how these guys behave, because they have the spirit of the serpent on them, even though they're in the truth. Okay? And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. Okay? And you're not being an honest watchman. Okay, if you're not warning the people about what? The coming martial law, the slaughter, the economic collapse, the famines. Okay? You guys haven't addressed any of that since we've been getting on you. You know? Happy-go-lucky Israelites. The pick-and-choose Israelites, man. Ain't no picking and choosing, man. Some of you guys, some of you effeminate guys in this truth, man, y'all need to lift some weights and eat a fucking steak or something, man. For real. Now, this is Revelation 14:9, okay? So this is the punishment for taking that. So this is why it's so important. Something that you guys fail to understand. This is why it's so important not to receive this mark. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, okay, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, this is why it's so important, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. That's at nuclear missiles, man. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Holy Lamb. Okay, and that's going to be done in the presence of what? The 144,000, which are singing the right song. Okay? You guys aren't singing the right song, man. You know? And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay? You got a lot of Christianized Israelites out there, man. You know? So so you guys that receive that shit, man, you're gonna be kept here for that nuclear fire. So why aren't you teaching that? Why aren't you pushing that, man? Why aren't you pushing the severity of this truth? Okay? Let me get this in Hebrews and we'll wrap it up. This is Hebrews 5:12. For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again. Okay? You guys had those videos up on your channel, okay? So that's who taught you. But see, you're being disrespectful, and you're coming against your teachers, man. You have no honor. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles. That's one of the first principles, man. The oracles of the Most High, and our so you guys wouldn't know shit if Adam Abbott didn't have those GMS videos on his page. You know, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. But strong meat, belongeth to them that are of full age. And you guys aren't of full age. Okay? You guys aren't of full age, man. You switched up your doctrine too much, man. You know? Scriptures talk about meddle not with them that are given unto change. Even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. But you guys don't, man. Because you got that emotional spirit. You know? You got that emotional spirit, man. Okay? See, our apostles, they stuck with the same message the whole time. And they've been able to discern both good and evil. And all these camps, man, since we've been watching the apostles, all these camps that they've been pointing out and marking, they've all been exposed. There's been camps that they exposed back when I first came in the truth. Okay? And they're no longer around no more. They're no longer around no more. You know? Because everything that they said were right. They used their senses to discern both good and evil, man. But with that, all right, till next time, shalom, peace and blessings to you elect.